Play action. Now Jackson. They'll roll him out right. And that one into the hands of Beckham downfield. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. They'll run for the first time with J.K. Dobbins. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play. It'll be second down. He shows you right there, he can do more than just cover in the secondary from that free safety position.
Yeah, the evolution of the position has really been significant, hasn't it? Because a lot of teams no longer have a free safety, strong safety designation. They just have safeties. So wherever the ball is, one can be close to the line of scrimmage, one can be deep, and vice versa. On that play, how about that tackle we just saw? Pretty nice.
Now a second down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete.
It's been a good opening drive offensively thus far, but you know they don't want to waste it and settle for a field goal attempt after that incompletion. So this is a big play coming up here on third down.
They come up to the line now facing a 3rd and 10 after the incompletion. Now Lamar changing the play. And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well.
No coverage bust by the defense here. They did a nice job accounting for everybody, and that led to an incompletion.
So Jackson will head to the Ravens sideline, and on comes Justin Tucker for the field goal try. A 33-yarder from the left hash. Tucker's kick is good, and the Ravens strike first at 3 zip. I think we can safely say they came out to be aggressive on the opening series, Charles. They didn't run the ball once. All that passing, it does get them the 3-0 lead.
I think what we saw there, partner, was a true definition of football balance, which means doing what you want to, when you want to on offense. And in this case, it was throwing the football. They may mix in running the football a little bit more as this game goes on. But this opening drive, while
now with a 1st and 10 at their own 27. They start on the ground with Nick Chubb. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. First down yardage on the first play of the drive, 14 yards. The running game fully in sync, 1-11 on that play.
And sometimes it comes from the offensive coordinator, understanding what he thinks the defense is going to do and dialing up the perfect play. Sometimes the quarterback, though, can look at the defense, realize he needs to change it to a run, and that gets it done in a big way as well.
First carry now for Pierre Strong. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Tackled on the play by Tariq Castro-Fields. Well, these two teams met in Cleveland earlier in the year with the Browns coming out on top. So a win here in Baltimore would give them the season sweep. Second and 10. Now it's Watson. And he gets it to his running back, Nick Chubb. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. We're backed up here, tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens' 43. Just what the Browns needed there. Good for a gain of 17. Well, on third down, he wanted to go to one of his most dependable targets, and that's who he found, his tight end there to pick up the first, Charles.
And you use the proper word there, dependable, and sometimes spectacular, because tight ends nowadays, they can do it all. But they're the guys you trust, especially across the middle of the field with his traffic. He delivers, and they pick up nice yardage.
12 more yards there and another first down. 2 carries for him now on the opening drive, both for good yardage.
And based on film study, they thought that there was a chance to spring him more than once for some pretty good yardage in this game.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. They run it again with Chubb. And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. Roquan Smith, the All-Pro, the former Bear, is there to make the stop. You look at this Baltimore defense. They were terrific a week ago in the win over Seattle.
And I'm eager to see the game plan and trying to attack them this week, because when you take it away 4 times through interceptions, do you now decide that I can't throw the ball against this team and try to run it like crazy? Or do you challenge them? This is going to be fun.
There is something to a game plan with trying to keep a defense honest. With a guy with that type of speed, you do so. Send him deep. Try to throw some air under it and hope you connect downfield. On that play, they run successful.
Looking for Cooper, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Roquan Smith. And the Ravens are going to have it here just past the 25. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. They'll start on the ground with Dobbins. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Throwing now, Jackson on first down. He'll swing this out to Dobbins. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 47. Jackson. Open man is Duvernay. And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup.
Well, it certainly doesn't matter if it's been through the air like on this play or on the ground. I don't know what's going on with this.
They had to settle for 3 last drive, hoping this second go-around ends in 6. In good position, 1st and 10. Now Jackson. Throw left side is complete on the diving effort. And the Ravens are going to have a 1st and goal as he'll be taken down at the 7-yard line. Throwing is Jackson. Dancing to his left. This is caught. Touchdown, Baltimore. Devin Duvernay, his 3rd touchdown now on the year, as his guys are able to extend their lead. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and the lead grows to 10-0. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. Out of his end zone comes Andy Isabella. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20. The Browns drive about to get started. And they're in an early hole. The first drive, they threw the interception. That led to a touchdown, so decent-sized deficit early on.
It is, but I think you hit the key words early on. So they have to decide, do we even need to change game plan, or do we just need to execute better and try and get back in this game?
To throw is Watson. Deep ball for Goodwin. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
They've given him some different looks here defensively in the early going. He's only hit 2 of his first 5 passes. With a big 3rd down coming up, he's hoping he's got a play dialed up that can take advantage of whatever the defense throws at him.
Throwing on 3rd down, Watson. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. 27 yards there on a very nice 3rd down conversion.
Yeah, these are the types of plays they're going to need to hit on if they're going to get back into this game. It hasn't been the greatest of first halves, but this is a nice throw here on 3rd down, and they keep the drive going.
On 1st down, they'll run with Chubb. And across midfield he goes into Raven territory. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
Not a huge carry there on 1st down, but not all of them will be. But still, all in all, a positive play for the offense. It's all about picking up at least a few to set up what you're going to do here on 2nd down.
Here's 2nd and 7. Back to throw, Watson. Going out wide, finds Chubb. No gain on the play. 3rd and 7 now. Now Watson going to change the look here. From the gun on 3rd, Watson. And that is incomplete.
Zone coverage there, and they were playing deep. That means harder to run by guys. And that time, there's not much of a window to get the ball in there. And it winds up incomplete.
And Bojorquez on to punt as he gets it away. And that is much too long. That's into the end zone for a touchback. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due, because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
Yeah, because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football. And some nifty running here as he'll take this across midfield and down to the 47. Throwing on 1st down, it's Jackson. Flushed out right. And this is going to be pulled in by the tight end Andrews. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards.
I know that no game in the NFL is ever easy, but they're making it look that way. Everything is being done with such precision. Just on this drive alone, 3 plays, 3 first downs. If you're on defense, you're scrambling, looking at each other, trying to figure out how are we going to slow these guys down.
Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete. So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28. Now it's Jackson. He gets this underneath to Dobbins. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. 3rd and 3. Now they'll change things around before the snap. Targeting Dobbins again, and he's got it again. Yeah, this is only going to be a gain of 2. He needed 3. It's 4th and 1. To throw again is Jackson. Steps away to his left. And it's going to be batted down. It will go the other way with a football. The Ravens go for it, but come up empty. And this Browns defense stands tall.
4th down, and they take to the air, which really isn't a major surprise. But how about the coverage? They're able to bat it down.
The Cleveland offense ready to go. And it's been a rocky start for them thus far. They had the turnover and then the punt on those first 2 drives.
So there is optimism because they've improved, right? The turnover, you just noted it on the first drive.
Punt's better than the turnover.
The punt is better on the second one. Now they're hoping to turn into first downs and hopefully points. I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
This would be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming. Right now, I'm just wondering where they turn on offense, Charles. I know we're not in the 4th quarter, but 2nd quarter haven't scored and struggling to move the ball.
I don't think they abandoned the run game totally, but maybe you change up your tempos. Maybe you go a little bit faster, try and catch them back on their heels a little bit to try and accomplish what you want to get done.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
They decided the opportunity was there and launched a deep ball, but he was unable to get away from the defender. Couldn't create space, couldn't uncover at the end of the route, and that one winds up incomplete.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. This is taken at the 23. Nice punt, but good work on the return to get back 11 yards. And the Ravens, they'll take over. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And just inside of a minute left, Charles. They got a pretty long field ahead of them. I'm curious to see how they play this, but you would think definitely enough time to at least try to get 3 out of this.
Yeah, you want to move with a nice sense of pace. You want to up the tempo a little bit, but you have to do it with some poise as well. You don't want to go so fast that you hurry yourself into mistakes. There's enough time to put points on the board if they do it right.
And even though they have the lead, you know that they would love to extend this lead before heading to the locker room. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he gets all the way down inside the 20-yard line. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. Here's Jackson. And in for the Ravens touchdown. Mark Andrews from 17 yards out. And the Ravens will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. Tucker with the extra point, and that makes our score 17-0. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Let's go. The Browns drive about to get started. And with a 3-score deficit staring them in the face, they might have to press the issue here and try to get points out of this drive. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime. Thompson Robinson now. That's Isabella open on the right side. The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Out of the gun, Thompson Robinson. Deep ball for Goodwin. And he knocks the ball away and it falls incomplete.
Trying to get something positive to happen here before the break, and they sure need it. They went for the big one, but it winds up incomplete.
He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And this will be taken at the 13. A big kick there. We'll call it 56 yards on the punt. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And with 10 seconds left, not really enough time to put something together. Eluding the pressure right. That's caught. It's Flowers. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. And this is off target to the left. Didn't get there anyway. It's no good. So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL, and it's a presentation of EA Sports. Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. A very one-sided first half, 17-0 our score as we get going in quarter number 3. Isabella now from his end zone. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. The Cleveland offense ready to go. Well, they look up at the scoreboard facing that deficit. A 3-score game, Charles, but look, there's plenty of time to go here. The old football cliche that comes to my mind is you can't get it all back at once. They probably need something, though, out of this drive, at least 3 points.
Are you trying to say that there's no 3-score drive on that play sheet for any of those coordinators? They just don't have it, right? You're trying to get it all back. You know you can't get it back in one drive, but maybe cut into it a little bit as you just suggested. Try and create a little bit of momentum, a little bit of a spark, and then maybe that'll carry over.
Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
Well, when the running game's not working, sometimes you just got to take a few more chances down the field. That's a good effort, but it winds up incomplete.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Thompson Robinson now. Deep ball for Goodwin. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
I'm sure this isn't a novel thought, but maybe run some simpler routes instead of trying to get it all back in one shot. Defense certainly appears to be ready for them. Try and get it back little by little instead of in big chunks.
He gets us away. It's a good one. Drawing toward the sidelines. And the punt over the side in the air, and the spot will be inside the 35. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. Jackson on 1st down. And that'll be complete to Dobbins. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. And now they're in the hurry-up.
That's good for a Baltimore Raven.
Now Jackson on 1st down, sliding out of the pocket. On the throw, led him too much that time. It's incomplete.
Let's give a little credit to the defense on that one. They resisted quite well, and that pass fell incomplete. But this ball game for him, that's just a momentary speed bump. He's played awfully well throwing the football.
Again on 2nd and 10, it's Jackson. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
This is certainly a team that has proven it likes to target its backs through the air, and defensively, they were aware of that and certainly were prepared on that throw.
On 3rd down, Jackson. Oh, he had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
His back has been a dependable safety valve all game, so he went back to him when his first read was covered. Just unable to connect, so the play results in no gain.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Browns will take over with a 1st and 10 deep in their own territory. The Browns drive about to get started. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
And he'll scratch out a yard up to the 30, and that's all. Another modest gain there on that one, and I think, Charles, you can probably pin part of the deficit on a failure on their part to really get this ground game established.
Yeah, and they've really struggled to be multidimensional in this one, haven't they, partner? Because they have to be extremely one-dimensional now if they hope to get back into this game. They have to do it by throwing the football and hope to have success through the air.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Deep ball for Goodwin. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Rocky Sin. And the Ravens are going to take possession here at their own 33. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. No points last time out. They were forced to punt, if you remember, but no time to dwell on that. They've still got the lead here and a chance to add to that here. 1st and 10 as this new drive starts. So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 39-yard line. Jackson. That is incomplete.
My first thought is surprise because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
Jackson now on 2nd and 10. Escaping the pressure right. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away, and now it's 3rd.
One thing you always worry about when he breaks the pocket is he going to take off with it? That time, the pressure was starting to close in, and he's just got to throw this one away.
Pass taken in by his big tight end. And they're going to have another 1st down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 25-yard line. To throw is Jackson. Open man is Duvernay. And he's going to be taken down right at the 10-yard line. Now Lamar changing the look. Jackson will throw again. He'll swing this out to Dobbins. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. So give him 2 yards there on the completion, and that'll make it 2nd down.
At the 8-yard line.
Jackson from the shotgun. Trying to get it to Beckham, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Marquise Bell. And he'll take it across midfield to the 46-yard line.
They'll take over 1st and 10 at the 46-yard line.
Come on, stay.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
That's tremendous field position that they were given following the turnover, but they've still got work to do to get to field goal range, and the coverage we're seeing isn't going to make it easy.
Smack, red. Blue striker. Ready?
Thompson Robinson throwing here. And that one too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete.
Well, they certainly aren't letting up today, partner, because they've forced big turnovers already, and it's been incredibly tough for them to get yards against, let alone put points up on the board.
Well, here's a fake on the jet sweep, and they'll look to throw it off play action. Looking for Cooper, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Marcus Williams. And the Ravens are going to get the football here as he gets this up to the 38-yard line.
The Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own 38-yard line.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the 3rd quarter. You're 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
He'll find Dobbins out of the backfield. They'll go for a gain of 7, and it'll be 2nd down. And just in general, Charles, on a play like that, how tough is it for the defense to account for a running back essentially being a receiver downfield?
It's very difficult, especially if the running back has skills like a receiver, and you're aware of that before the game even begins. So throughout your practice sessions, you're going to want to be aware of him. Where is he lining up? What can he do? What kind of damage can he do to us downfield? And who can match up with him without weakening our overall defense? You're exactly right. It's a tough task to match up to him.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And all the way in for the Ravens touchdown. Zay Flowers, 42 yards. And the Ravens are able to extend their lead in the final seconds of it. Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. It's caught inside the 10. And he gets in. And no one was expecting a fake there, but they add 2 more onto their lead. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And he's going to be out of bounds here as his guys will have it to start the fourth as time has run out on quarter number 3. So it'll be a change of possession on the turnover when we get back. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Ready, set.
The Cleveland offense ready to go.
At this point, partner, things looking pretty bleak. They still haven't scored here in the fourth quarter, facing the big deficit. Just silver linings, what can they look to do here offensively?
You know, it's funny, I talked about this with a coach in the offseason and kind of had this scenario, like what feels good to you and what feels good to your team. You're down big. You really have like one possession left, and you're trying to put points on the board that don't matter. But do they? And he told me they actually do matter. And in this situation, he's going to try and run the best offense he can run, have at least a little bit of confidence to take away from that game. So right now, they're going to try their best to get something up on the board and not get shut out.
The Browns send out their punter now, standing right on his own 5-yard line. This is brought in at the 21. "35 yards on the return." Picked up some good blocks as well. And the Ravens set up well to begin their drive as it'll begin in enemy territory already.
Off the play fake to Dobbins. Here's Jackson.
It's caught. Beckham. And he's taken down inside the 30. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo. Throwing now. Jackson on first down. And he's going to go down. They get to him back at the 40. Well, they're in some hot water now after that sack. It's 2nd and 21. They go play action with Jackson, rolling to his right.
And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete.
I think it's fairly safe to call this game over, but they're still trying to bomb it downfield and add to their lead. Almost makes you start to feel for the defense and root for them a little bit, too.
Here's Jackson on 3rd and long.
And this pass broken up. And the contact well-timed there, and now 4th down.
So now they're going to send out the field goal unit to, as they say, fire away from long distance. They'll spot it at the 47, so call it a 57-yard attempt. And this is good from 57 yards out. That was bombs away right there. And that will extend their lead even further.
Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3, and they've had that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
The Browns drive about to get started. They begin this drive with Chubb. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And, okay, all right, I'm being facetious here. But you get points. You feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
2nd down, here's Chubb again.
And he takes us across the 15 to the 17. The Browns on 3rd down. Just a 20% success rate at 2 of 10. This will be 3rd and 6.
Ready.
And again, it's Chubb. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave them with a 4th down. Seems pretty obvious defensively a key was stopping the run game. How have they done it so successfully?
To me, it seems that these guys really did a nice job of paying attention during the scouting report meeting. And you know, Brandon, when they do those, they talk about the top plays that these guys like to run. The best runs for the top running back, those are the ones you focus on and want to take away. And they've done that pretty successfully in this game.
Taken in at the 22. A nice return that time, gets 12 yards back. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
At their own 34-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
Well, we've reached the stage where it's a mere formality at this point. They've got the comfortable lead. We know what the outcome is going to be. I guess the only question is, do they want to put more points on the board?
And now off to the races down the right side. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. Tucker now to add the point after. Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. Toward the back corner of the end zone, but he could not get the feet down. This will wind up incomplete. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
And he doesn't even get this to the 10. He's taken down at the 9.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover. They want to try and put points on the board.
There he goes, right side. And he's able to get this one all the way past the 30. Now they got to get to the line quickly.
It's a gain of 23 yards.
They run again on 1st down, Chubb. And he'll get this up only to about the 33.
Getting in there for the tackle, Marcus Williams.
They went right back to him, but he pretty much had nowhere to go on that play.
Yeah, the previous carry looked pretty good. That one, maybe he was a little tired. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe he should have tapped out and had a second back come in and maybe make that run. Who knows?
Ready.
Ball at the 33, 2nd and 9.
Black one. Hey.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Well, this is a new concept. It's 3rd down, but they've got the punt unit on. This is fielded at the 7. And when it's said and done, it's a 58-yard punt. And the Ravens will get it. 1st and 10 from deep in their own territory. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Well, their passing attack, even though that one was incomplete, has been really sharp in this one. It's resulted in a lot of touchdowns, and it looks like they're not going to stop throwing the football until the very end of this one.
Well, that will certainly make everyone involved on offense pretty happy because that gives them all a chance to pad their stats a bit. But as far as the actual need, you and I both know they can just run this clock out because this one is over a long time ago.
The Ravens going to use the 2nd of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. The big play has them all the way out near midfield for a 1st and 10. Oh, Jackson's going to throw it. Oh, hit as as he throws there, incomplete.
Well, they're up comfortably here, Charles, but that lead certainly not dissuading them from pressing the envelope late. I mean, if anything, with these passes, it's like they're getting more aggressive to try to drive the ball downfield.
And that will certainly lend itself to some post-game questions for that coach, and maybe you and I should attend that press conference and see what he has to say, because someone's going to ask him why he continued to push it. My guess, he didn't like how some of the snaps were run earlier, and he wanted to use that as a chance to clean things up, but he certainly will have some explaining to do.
Well, up big here in the fourth quarter, up really big. That pass and incompletion, I don't think they needed the completion, but, Charles, this is an offense right now that they're just having fun. They're clicking on all cylinders.
Yeah, you're right. They didn't need a completion. They certainly don't need any more points. But they're not going to turn them down. They can continue to run what they have in their playbook, and they still want to run it efficiently.
Ravens going to use their third and final timeout. That'll be their third and final stoppage here as we step aside. And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on fourth. And Jackson throwing once more. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Ravens go for it, but come up empty. And this defense is going to get the football back near midfield, right at the 48. The Cleveland offense ready to go.
I hate to say it, but at this point, I don't really know that they're playing to win with this deficit in the fourth quarter. They're just trying to erase that zero on the scoreboard, Charles, and get some type of momentum to carry into the film session tomorrow.
If you get any type of points on the board, it'll count as a moral victory, although no one will talk about that in the post-game press conference. That's not something you mention in the NFL. And this loss, it already stings and will for a while. But everyone that offense knows it'll sting a lot worse if they don't put some points up on the board.
So the final seconds tick away in this Baltimore victory. And I tell you what, Charles, this might be about as good as it gets. They were incredible.
Yeah, offense was in fine form. The defense threw the shutout at them. I think they worked in concert together. What I like about the offense was they held the ball pretty well. You know, time of possession, exactly what they were looking for in this one. And that helped out their defense. Didn't have to be out there the entire time. So when you do that and you're out there fresh playing, off a little extra spring in your step, and it showed up in this one.
They had a ton of spring in their step. Impressive victory. So for the Ravens, it's a win that might keep them alive in the playoff race as they're back to 500 at 5-5. And they'll get to stay home again next week. Meanwhile, for the Browns, their season is on life support somewhat now at 3-6. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week.
Back in my ways, missing my girl, I ain't seen her in days. What can I say? I'm out in the baby, trying to get paid. Look what I made. Thousands of people are knowing this Jay. I never change. Can put myself back in that minimum wage. Gotta keep all in this crunch time. Eating these rappers is lunchtime. You the man only sometimes. End your career with a punchline. The industry told me the front lines. I'm in the mind. Getting money in my bloodline. Talking on my mind. Keep with a real. Don't want to talk if it ain't about a deal. But it ain't for me real quick. Ain't gon' stop till my net worth millions. Going school, I drop down. They try to read when I drive with the top down. Get me on stage, I rock out. Every day money can't break, no timeouts. Change up quick, they sign up. Tryna hear my